Hey, what's up? I'm Hype. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today, we're gonna be making a cool cyberpunk synthwave landscape. The first thing I want to do is go to create, and we're gonna select a new hype. Let's go ahead and delete what we see on the screen. Select the area pick, hit delete. First thing I want to do is affect the environment. Hit the hamburger menu on the bottom left, go to background and fog. Let's select the pink one, hit edit, go to ground color, and this should be a dark blue. Let's make the sky a little bit more pink. Let's go to the asset store. hypehype has thousands of assets and they're uploading new assets every day, and all these assets are very high quality. So we're gonna type in road and let's grab this one. Move it back a little bit. Next, we need a vehicle. This looks like a cool futuristic car. Let's put it at XZ of 0. I like to line everything up. Let's go ahead and mess with some colors a little bit. The black in the road isn't as dark as I would like, so we're gonna go into the visual and try to make it a little bit darker. Let's go to this road, make it an unmovable object. Physics, kinematic. We do want it to have a shadow, and right now you can see once it hits the road, there is no shadow, and that is on us to affect. Okay, I think that looks better. I'm also gonna make the car a little bit smaller. We're working in 3D. There are two ways to do this. We can have future car stay still and have the road come at us, or we can have the road stay still and the future car moving. It's generally easier to have your main object stay still. So that's what we're gonna do today. And let's take a look at the camera. This is the current camera view, and we're gonna want it a little bit back like that. And let's do set camera and pinch backwards. Turn the logic on, reset view. This is the view of the camera, and if we take two fingers and pinch, we can see the camera node. Here I just want to make sure it's at X is 0 and the rotation, the location of the camera node looks good. And let's go ahead and make this future vehicle also a kinematic object. Let's go ahead and add a vector transform on this road, on start loop, and we'll have it move. Positive Z is coming towards us. Let's take it down a notch to 0.5. Okay, that looks good. Next, we want to get an interval node and a spawner node. So we hit the logic icon, interval, spawner node. I'm also going to grab a container so we can make this a reusable object, as it's going to be spawning like every 0.5 seconds. I'm looking at the road and it has a y-axis of negative 3.46. Might as well make that 5. Oh, 4 or 5. I'm going to set the spawning node to negative 3.45 and then put this one over to y of 0, which I think I'm going to do that so it's easier to see the spawner node. We're going to take the road, I'm going to duplicate it and take the copy and put it into this reusable. And let's move this over here to the side. Hit basic container, we'll change it to reusable and we'll call it road. Hit show. Then we can see this interval. Right now the interval node is in the reusable. I don't think that's what we want, so I'm going to go ahead, delete the one inside and take this one outside. Right now it's activating every 1 second, and every 1 second execute the spawn node, and the spawn node object to spawn should be this road and spawn at self. So let's hit play. Oh, I have it spawning the road and I need to set it object to spawn set to the reusable container. Spawn at self. Okay, now we see the road is spawning every 1 second. Let's try 0.25. All right, 0.25 looks good. Let's move the road further down so it's not spawning directly in front of us. Like negative 50. I kind of want to make things smaller, or I can move the camera back. Let's go to reset view. Maybe let's do that. Something like this. Go to set camera, move it back and take a look and make sure that camera is at an X of 0. In one of my cyberpunk games, I had some cool palm trees. So I think I'm gonna go get those and add them here. Let's save it. Oops, let's get a better screenshot first. Hit play, go to thumbnail. Okay, let's go to Cyberpunk track 2. It's got 15,000 plays. That's super cool. Hit the edit button. Let's go in, grab 2 of these palm trees, and we'll hit the copy button. Now, if you accidentally delete this copy button, which I have done, you want to hit the edit, and then you see the add button right below it. You hit that to bring it back. Yeah, that totally confused me for about like 10 minutes. We grab these 2, and then we can hit copy. Now they're saved. Exit out. Let's go back to our draft. Hit edit, logic on, and let's go over here, and then we can hit paste, and let's move these 2 right here. Definitely like the shade from the palm trees. Creates a cool shadow. Let's grab these and put them into the reusable. Okay, so this vector image is going at z of 0.5. And we also want this to be destroyed in about like 5 seconds so that we're not just creating a bunch of objects that endlessly take up memory and space. So this is one of the things you gotta keep in mind when creating things is destroying things. These 2 things are linked, creation and destruction. If you create something, eventually it'll need to get destroyed or everything will crash due to memory space. Let's go ahead, add an interval, and we'll add like 3 seconds. Also add a destroyer, self, and on time destroy. Execute, and let's check it out. Visually, we can't tell any difference, but if we were to take the camera and turn it around, we would see that it gets destroyed. And maybe we can do that. Let's go look at the camera, zoom out, hit rotate, turn it backwards, and let's take a look. As we can see, they're getting destroyed, so that's kind of cool. And we will use my favorite button in the whole game is the undo button, and now the camera is back in place. Let's also add a vector transform, but we do need to make sure that these palm trees have physics and are kinematic. Select unmovable, physical, kinematic. So we select the palm trees, hit the plus object, vector transform, on start. What were the settings? Loop 0.5, 0 duration. Loop, z of 0.5, and a 0 duration. Vector transform, 0.5 loop on start. And then both of these should also have a destroy node. And then on this interval, we'll also destroy these objects. Okay, so we got 1 tree working. One way to check and make sure the object is in the reusable is you can look, and we see it here, so maybe it's not moving. Physical is set to kinematic. Let's see what the difference of these 2 objects. Visual, cast shadow, yes. Oh, there it is. The Z, this is supposed to be 0.5, and the duration is supposed to be 0. So I kind of want to make this road a little bit longer. If we do that, we should also have the spawn rate be less. So let's try 0.5 and see how that looks. Okay, that definitely looks better. If we change the vector speed, we also have to change the rate at which the objects spawn. These 2 things have a correlation. Changing one affects the other, at least visually. Okay, so it looks like interval of 0.375 and a vector transform of 0.75 looks the best. Let's go ahead and update these trees. And now we also need to adjust these. Look at the scale, 112.25. Oh, and then all of these also need to have 0.75. Cool, looks good. The next thing we want to do is add the grid, and we'll do that by using these cubes. Let's go ahead and put that cube in this reusable container by dragging it over it and dropping it. Let's change these colors to be more cyberpunk. We gotta make this object unmovable object, kinematic, vector transform, and let's not forget the destroy node. On start, loop, z of 0.75, duration is 0. Right, next, we gotta move all of these into the container. Unfortunately, you gotta do this one at a time. See how it looks. Everything is moving kind of fast. Let's see if we can't make these blocks a little bit bigger. Gotta love that snap to edge. Definitely coming in handy here. Let's go to area pick and select all. Tap and hold to deselect these, and let's hit play. Looking good. I might want to make it bigger because we're moving so fast. And also I want to reset the view and maybe kind of like tilt it that way. There we go. Let's hit the camera, move back and make sure that camera is on the 0x axis, otherwise I will notice and it will bug me. Let's test making the cubes size of 3. I forgot to put the cubes in the container. Let's do that now. I think I like the cubes on the left because they're bigger. And again, we can select all these and change the size and just reposition everything. Well, let's put that palm tree right about here. Let's play test. Looks good. We gotta lower the elevation on everything over here to the right. Negative 8.16. All right, that looks dope. We'll need to set up the beginning, but so far we are looking good. And I just remembered we also need to delete these cubes. Everything we create, we must destroy. This is balance. Luckily, all the objects have a destroyer. Interval, destroyer, execute. The best part of doing a lot of things in repetition is good muscle memory. And the great thing is that there's so many different ways one could achieve their goal. Let's go ahead and save it. I'm gonna go back, hit play, and I'm gonna do a thumbnail like that. Good. All right, now that we got all those set up, beginning of the highway, they're gonna be standalone objects. I'm gonna go ahead and put an interval in each one of these objects and have it be destroyed in 3 seconds. All right, so I put an interval in the palm tree. All right, let's select all of these. Cool, let's hit play. And why did they not show up? Oh, because they're all set to reference objects? Crap. Okay, so let's undo. And we have to deselect the reference object for all of them. All right, this is looking great. I do remember one thing though. I kind of want to set the palm trees to be different colors and have that done randomly. So let's go and do that. So much to do when creating a cool environment, but I'll do it. Let's get a switch node that in there. We'll call it color tree and we'll set it to probability distribution, which is my favorite. The pink glow is material B and the yellow is material A. We'll need to keep that in mind. And this is on start, visual material A is yellow and material B is pink glow. And here, visual material A is pink glow and material B is yellow. And now we're just gonna flip that for the second switch. So here, visual material A is pink glow and material B is cyan. Visual material slot B, and here, visual material A yellow, visual material B pink glow. And let's go to the edit and we'll go ahead and just have 2 right now and then we'll test to see if it's working. Okay, almost working. Looks like the right is working, but the left is not quite right. It should be blue. It's over here. Visual A, pink. Visual B, this is cyan. Cool, that is looking good. Let's see if we can't move the fog back a little bit. So it's gonna reset view. We got the hamburger menu. Go to background and fog, hit edit, fog values. And yeah, I want the fog to be further back. Something like that should be good. Let's see how that looks. All right, I can still get the sense that it's just like everything is still getting created. So let's go ahead and do something like this. And we can move the vehicle and the camera back just a little bit. There, I think that is better. I'm gonna save it. Next, let's get a sun. All right, this is a great game by Shogun, and we're gonna grab that sun. Let's hit remix, cancel, select it, hit copy. Let's go into our draft, edit, paste, and let's move it, make it bigger, and move it down there. That color isn't really what we're going for. Let's copy it. Visuals, sun, copy. Let's see if we can't get another object because this is not looking how I would like. So let's go ahead, hit asset, hit circle, visual, and maybe big simple sector. That might be cool. Rotating it 90 degrees, select that, and make it even bigger. That's cool, something like that. How does that look? Okay, so that's too far away. So the X is 0, and I'm gonna hit reset view so we can see, and then we can maybe move it down here. Reset view, -47, let's try that. Okay, that looks cool. -50, okay. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Let's try this big platform. Let me put that like that. Yeah, that looks cool. This is a good start creating a cool cyberpunk scene. Got the palm trees, got the sun in the background, the spawning road and everything in a reusable container. So this can go on endlessly. So there's a lot of fun to do. If you'd like to see some of the other games I've made, check out the links below. I've made 3D platformers, racing games, puzzle games, matching games. Until next time, I'm Hype. Stay safe out there and peace.